Yeah, this is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Let's go!
Hi, everybody. There was no Nathan today.
No, he's in sick leave. He's in the sick bay at the moment now.
Yes,
so.
but we're going to make up for it because you're going to meet Paul. Paul, who was a bus driver for Contiki-style tours on the east coast of Australia, and boy, does he have a tale to tell.
You have to download.
Yes.
You have to check it out. You have to listen to it.
They are listening to it.
All right, you are listening to it. Check it out. I don't know what I'm saying, but it was so full on. Anyway, we are also talk about adults throwing a tanty like our good friend Nick Kyrgios.
Yes, we caught up with Pete Helliar as well, the unofficial number one ticket holder of the Collingwood Football Club.
Then we counteracted that by having a chat to Griffin Logue from the Dockers.
We're all about balance, aren't we? And comedian Bill Bailey joined us as well.
This is Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Good morning to everybody except the guy on the Jetstar flight from Melbourne to Bali. So this flight, it was due to leave at 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon.
Oh, how excited would you be, Nat?
Already delayed. So they're on the plane, sitting on the tarmac waiting. Then one guy decides to light up a cigarette. And so then...
Was he anxious or was he just needed a dart and a tin just to get himself in the groove?
So then everybody had to wait while the federal police were called to take him off the plane, and then his bags had to be offloaded. So that takes a while. And then finally the flight arrives in Bali at nearly 1 o'clock in the morning, 12:51 apparently. And taking time difference into account is an 11-hour experience for everybody on board. So it was already bad enough with a bit of a delay, but he's just made it so much worse because he had to light a dart while they were waiting on the tarmac.
He was lucky he was surrounded by the federal police. If I was on there, I'd be all over him. He ruined my holiday.
Yeah, that's right.
I would tear the plane apart.
I know. Can you imagine? As if it's not frustrating enough without a dickhead being on board. But I guess from his point of view, he's like, I don't know these people. I don't care.
No, absolutely. And we were just having a chat a bit off air about this. Harry's pressing the buttons this morning. Harry.
Morning.
It's a bit different, though, if you know people or if you're on a tour by yourself.
That's right. My housemate was on a Contiki Tour last year. He went travelling solo, and I think it was the first night of the Contiki. I think they're in London, maybe.
Yeah, and it's about, what is there, about 30 people on the Contiki
Yeah,
tour?
I think so, a busload or something. And he's chatting to one of the girls on the trip, and he's already got a vibe or a sense of a couple of the other people, like bit of a cliquey group.
Yeah.
And he wasn't into them. So he's speaking to this other girl, and he's teeing off at them.
And he just figured he'd get them on side.
Yeah, I think so, making some friends early.
Yeah.
The person he was speaking to was one of their good friends. So she has made it her mission to make his Contiki trip hell the whole 2 weeks. So
for the next 2 weeks, and nobody spoke to him. He's just on the outer the whole way.
I think so. They made his life hell. I think they were, he's not a massive party animal, but they're all out partying, and
so they didn't invite him anywhere if they were kicking on.
What they did do, I think, was go to his hotel room and knock on his door to try and wake him up and get him to. They were just trying to piss him off, basically.
Yeah. I mean,
so
be careful.
He got bullied by the rest of the
bullied by an entire Contiki tour group. And I mean, that's his big European trip, right? He would have been really excited to do it and go and meet new people, and he's blown it on the first night.
Oh, coming home, we're like, how was it? Oh, yeah, give or take.
Oh, God, it's supposed to be the best time of your life.
Take it or leave it.
I've done footy group trips, but they've always been good fun because they're with people that I know.
Yes,
I've never been in that situation where you've joined a group trip like a Contiki or Nat, you've done them.
Yeah,
and you don't know
do
the people.
Small group tours all the time because it's a good way if you're travelling on your own. It's a good way to do it safely, you know. And when you don't have a lot of time, you can use it. But I've never had that sort of experience because I'm really likeable.
Oh, okay.
So,
he is likeable. He showed us through a few photos. Oh, I hate him. I hated her. I hated him.
Well, and it was mutual by the sounds of it.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, brilliant work.
How good is exploring our amazing backyard again?
And ticking off all the Aussie big things. Pineapples, bananas, melons.
Oh, that's making me hungry.
Head to whatif.com and start planning your big Aussie adventure.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
We just heard from Harry, who presses the buttons for us. His mate went on a Contiki tour and got the entire rest of the tour offside on the first night by bagging out a couple of girls that, were annoying him to one of their best friends. And then that's it. He got bullied for the rest of the 2 weeks and had a terrible time.
You're supposed to have a great time on a group tour because that's where you get to meet people, but it doesn't always work out well.
No, that's right. So we want to know what happened on your group tour. Amy, hello.
Hi there, how are you?
Great, Ames. Where did you go?
So I went over to visit my friend in London, and we went on a tour to Oktoberfest a few years ago.
Amazing.
Unbelievable.
And it was going to be great. And then we decided to save some money and catch the bus to Oktoberfest from London.
Yes.
So it was supposed to be an 8-hour bus ride. We left London at about 8 p.m. and should have got in the next morning, and we ended up being on the bus for 36 hours.
How come?
Well, at about the time we were supposed to arrive in Munich, we realised we seemed to be driving in circles.
Yeah.
And then we stopped at a petrol station. Bus driver got done for drugs in his system by police. And because we've been driving in circles for so long, our other driver had done his allotted hours for the 24-hour period.
Yes.
So we had to wait for another bus driver to drive from Belgium to find us in the wrong end of Germany. We were drinking the whole time we're at the petrol station.
Of course.
They do that over
What
in
else are you
Germany.
gonna do?
Drank them out of alcohol. We were there for about 7 hours. So by the time we got back on the bus, everyone was throwing up. I was sat next to the toilets that started overflowing because we'd used them so much.
Amy.
It was disgusting.
I love how you had your own mini Oktoberfest at a servo, essentially.
I can't believe
we
the
did.
bus driver.
Yeah.
So was that the giveaway that he was just doing bog laps, just doing circles?
To the fact that he was off
We
his
just
chops.
thought that he was lost. Like, he stopped a couple of times and looked stressed and was pacing up and down the side of the bus. I'm like, this is weird. He should know how to drive along a straight line to where we're going.
I mean, and surely it's sat nav.
Maybe there's a lot of Amazon factories, I don't know, but we passed a lot of them.
Yeah. Or just the same one over and over again.
That's a good
Amazing.
story, Ames.
Thanks, Ames. Alex is in Mount Pleasant. Hello.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good,
Great,
Alex.
Okay. Where did you go?
So my husband and I were on our honeymoon in Africa, doing a really luxurious safari.
Amazing. I've always wanted to do that.
It was so worth it, and we had in our open-top van, there were 6 couples, 3 others that we didn't know, including us, there was 2 others.
Yep.
Yes.
And we're driving around, and we stop, and we managed to come across this lion hunt. So live, sitting there, open-top, the lions, you can see them getting in position and watching it.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there, it's quite a thing. Everyone's got to be silent. And the guy in the back decides he needed to wee. Even the guide and the tracker were like, are you serious, mate? Like, are you serious? Just hold it.
Yes.
And we waited for a bit, and he's like, guys, I can't hold it. Like, everyone was so angry. We had to drive away so he could obviously get out and go and do a bushway.
So you're about to watch what everybody goes to Africa for, which is to watch lions do an actual kill.
Yes. Even
And-
the tracker was furious because
they wouldn't see
don't
it.
get to see that as a regular thing.
Couldn't you?
And he was a grown man that couldn't monitor his bladder.
in. I mean, we've all been.
Like, I would wet my pants.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, Alex.
That's what you're all there for. And then, so
Yeah.
I take it you missed all the action, yeah?
Well, yes, by the time because you have to drive far enough away to be able to get out the car safely and
That's right.
go and
Yeah,
get
But
back
he's not
in.
going to be attacked by a lion.
The
Although there
lion's
would have been a
like-
few
Yeah,
people
exactly.
voting for it, I imagine.
Very much so. By the time we got back, it had happened, and they had
The lions were just
they'd
licking their
taken
lips.
away the carcass.
Oh,
So you could still
God.
see a bit, but you just didn't see that ultimate thing that
Yeah. You were
Alex,
almost
that's
like
like-
being in a David Attenborough film and then it was ripped
Yeah.
away, went to an ad break and he never got to see it.
We did a tour over in over in Africa, and we got to see a couple of giraffe getting around
Yeah.
and maybe a rhino here and there, but you don't actually get to see that often at
Lions
all.
doing lion things.
No.
That's amazing.
No, so I would have peed in a bottle or
Yes.
anywhere really.
Yeah. Alex, it
pants.
got so close. So close and so far.
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
We are talking about the small group tour and what can happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to speaking to Paul, which could be his name or may
It
not
might
be.
not
Nat.
be. It might be a fake name or it might be his real name. You'll never know. Hello, Paul.
Good morning. How are we?
Wonderful, Paul.
You've got a bit of insight to the group tour experience, haven't you?
I do. I actually used to be the driver.
Oh,
of the tour.
you've seen some stuff, haven't you?
And as I say, used to be. We used to do a couple of month tour up the east coast of Australia. So we get all the tourists that come overseas. And, found out by the end of the trip I actually got 4 of the girls pregnant.
What?
On the one trip.
On the one trip, yep. So,
Oh my God, Paul!
Sean's
You've got some good
high-fiving you as we
swimmers.
speak.
You're one stallion.
It's a lot of child support all in one hit, though, Paul.
Well, yeah, it is. Well, conversion rate and currency rate, because they're all overseas, you see, so it gets expensive sometimes. But, I still keep in contact with them all, and I've got 4 7-year-olds around the world and one in Perth.
Paul, are you serious? Are you serious?
Yes, 100% serious. I'll probably get recognised by voice, but that's why I live in Perth now instead of over east.
What countries are your kids in?
2 in America, 1 in Germany, and 1 Swedish. So,
Paul,
yeah.
7-year-olds.
How long
4 7-year-olds.
How long was the trip?
Yeah.
The bus trip?
The trip used to stay 4 weeks. We used to go from Sydney to Cairns. So, yeah, it was. I had a long time with them all.
Paul, hey, Paul. How obviously you'd made friends with some of these people during the trip.
Friends.
But when you went from friend to friend,
How was that
were they
received?
aware of each other?
Amongst the girls, yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing of group 2 is you do everything together. So,
So 7-year-olds.
Do you know what order they were conceived in, Paul?
I've got towns, I think, where it happened, but I was a little rabbit back then. So
Well, no, you don't have to tell us that, Paul. That's pretty obvious.
Paul, have you got a partner or anything now?
Yes, yep.
How does that go with 4 kids scattered around the world?
She doesn't know about the 4 kids around the world, so I probably should have asked for a voice changer. But she's all good.
Have you got kids now?
Yeah, I got 1 in Perth. Yeah, little boy.
Congratulations. You're in all sorts, mate.
You're in all sorts. All right, good luck for the future, Paul.
No dramas, thank you very much.
That is unreal. We're going to need to do another topic of that because remember Tom Brady? I think he's got 2 kids that are the same age as well.
Yes,
from 2 different
very
Giselle
similar in
and
age.
his previous partner.
Yeah.
Man, that is hectic, Nat.
4 7-year-olds around
Christmas,
the world.
birthdays, new partners.
That don't know about them. In what way is it hectic?
Jeez.
You see, all of a sudden you don't feel so bad,
There's
do
a
you?
price to pay for a good time, isn't
Yeah,
there? They
that's
always
right.
say it.
Yes.
And normally it's a hangover, but in this
Pay
case...
for a lifetime.
Nathan, Nat, and Shaun.
Esteemed guest about to join us now, Bill Bailey. He's coming to Perth. He's playing the Riverside Theatre at PCEC. Get this, October 3rd, 4th, 5th and 23rd.
Oh.
And then the Performing Arts Centre in Mandurah on Thursday the 6th and October the 20th. So
he's going to be here for a long
He's
time.
here.
We actually got Bill now. Bill,
He's in and around.
We're looking at all these dates, mate. You're not looking to go home to the UK at any stage.
No, not at the moment. I'm trying to stay as long as I can out of the country.
new Prime Minister,
And your
fresh.
Prime Minister.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you've heard her speak at all, but it's not looking good.
It's great from a comedian point of view, though.
Well,
surely.
it is. I mean, she's. We've had 4. You know what? I've got to make a confession. I used to make fun of Australia's politics and saying you had some kind of revolving door of
Yes.
prime ministers here, and now that joke has horribly backfired because we've had 4 Tory prime ministers in about there's 5 or 6 years, and they're getting progressively worse. So I'm going to try and stay as long as I can in Australia.
Just
if
keep
they'll
adding
have me.
dates onto your tour.
Yeah,
no worries.
absolutely.
Well, the other thing is, you can have a hot shower down here and the cost isn't going to be $100 every time you jump in.
That's right. That's right. And I don't know what your policy on pumping raw sewage into the sea is here, but I'm sure it's better than ours.
I mean, it's good to have a policy on these things, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, that was it. It's basically there's a brown ring surrounding the United Kingdom at the moment, and it's pretty unpleasant. And a lot of the politicians voted to sort of lift the restrictions on water companies. So I mean, we're in a bit of a state, shall I say?
Yes. Well, you're an honorary Australian these days, anyway.
It is good to have
God
you
bless.
here. We've thrown you into a booth over in Melbourne at the moment. We're speaking to you from. You've been able to find a lovely cardboard cutout of Kate Ritchie, who's standing next to you.
Now,
Yes.
she
You
does
know who
our
that
drive
was,
show,
Bill?
but she's a national
No.
treasure, Bill.
Oh, is she?
Did you never watch Home and Away?
Oh, yeah, no, briefly, yeah.
That's Sally Fletcher right there. You're holding by the hip.
Oh, wow.
Is she a bit thinner than
Okay.
you expected?
Yeah.
And
a lot
more
thinner.
two-dimensional, yeah.
Yes. I mean, she's so. Look at that. I mean, you know, you turn her sideways. Where's she gone?
Disappeared.
She's gone.
She's got no bum. She's got no bum, Bill.
Nothing.
Now, Bill, for the first, I know we've spoken to you a few times now, but for the first time, I thought I'll do a bit of research about Bill Bailey.
Oh, thanks.
So I have read your Wikipedia page because I
Oh,
thought,
right. The page of lies.
yes. So there's a few things I want to clear up with you.
Okay.
Your name's not Bill.
Nope.
Discuss.
That's right. Okay, right up. Well, you came straight out with it. Yeah, no, I was.
You fraud.
Well, that's
He's a spy.
That's
He's a Russian
basically
spy.
blown my visa right out of the water. Thanks for that. Yes, I'm not Bill Bailey. I'm someone else. I'm the Scarlet Pimpernel. No, I was christened Mark, and then I actually got nicknamed Bill Bailey at school because it's an old song, "Won't You Come Home, Bill Bailey," which was like a jazz standard.
Yes.
Yeah.
From around the turn of the century. And my geography teacher, Mr. Buckley, I think his name was, he just started calling me Bill, and it stuck from the age of 7. So I've been stuck with it ever since. And my mum, though, hated it. She hated the name Bill and would refuse to answer the phone to Bill. So people would phone up and say, "Can I speak to Bill?" She goes, "There's no Bill here," and put the phone down.
So it's like your mum was disowning you, essentially.
Yeah, she didn't like the name Bill. She had an uncle Bill she disliked.
Now, so Bill, obviously you just took it on. That's who you are. How long did that take?
It kind of it sort of rolls off the tongue, doesn't it, Bill
Yeah,
Bailey?
it does,
It's kind of like it's got a pleasant alliterative nature to it. So I guess when I was 7, 8, and it's stuck ever since.
Yeah, because Mark Bailey, he was never going to
I
make
know,
anything
Mark.
of
Who's
himself.
he? See you later.
Now, a carnivorous pitcher plant has been named after you.
Yes, that's.
Oh, what?
That's right. Yeah, a carnivorous pitcher plant. You know those kind of things. They're like, it looks like I guess, a pitcher or some sort
Like
of
a
vessel,
jug kind of thing, yeah.
a jug or something. And then basically these things they give off a sort of pleasing odor to insects, and insects are attracted to it. And then but there's lots of downward-facing hairs in the pitcher. Then the insects are then sort of trapped, and they slide down into the bottom of the pitcher, which contains liquid and enzymes, and are consumed by the enzymes.
So
And I
somebody
thought,
saw that plant and thought, I'm going to name that
that's
after
him.
Bill Bailey.
That just screams Bill Bailey, you know, because he looks like he consumes insects by dousing them in enzymes. Because that's what I'm known for. It's one of
Luring
my
them in.
many skills. Yeah. So nothing like a rose or a dahlia or nothing like that. No, and a carnivorous pitcher. But I think it's quite cool, actually, to be honest.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, yeah.
Happy
it's
with it.
awesome.
Well, none of us have got anything named after us.
No, that's true. Oh,
Yeah,
we
well,
had
there you
pizza.
go.
Oh, pizza. Yeah,
pizza's
okay.
not
Yeah,
quite the
no,
same,
come
is
on.
it?
It's not the same, is it? No.
No, definitely not. Hey, Bill, En route to normal is the name of your show.
Yes.
You got this. Were you writing this before the pandemic and everything was upon
Yeah.
us?
That's right. I mean, I was writing the whole the thing about the sort of strange kind of place that the world was in. We were still in a Trump presidency,
Yeah.
and there was a kind of a drift to a sort of authoritarianism in Europe, and there was a strange kind of inversion of what the norms were. And so I thought, well, that'd be good to. And then we were hit by a once in a century global pandemic. So it looked like I predicted it, and I actually felt very bad about that because I just thought maybe I've jinxed it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Maybe. Sorry, everyone. Sorry.
Can you make the next show about happiness and everybody being wealthy, please?
Well, exactly. I know. So, but yeah. So yes, it's very much that. It's a lot of there's a lot of music in the show. I got quite obsessed with ragtime music, so there's quite a lot of that in the show. There's some songs in there, lots of my strange, weird, and wonderful instruments. And,
How many can you play?
Tales of Lockdown. Well, I'd never actually counted, to be honest. I've never sat down and gone through it, but I mean, anything with a neck and a string like looks like a guitar,
Yeah.
and anything that looks like a keyboard, I guess, and a theremin and various other percussion
theremin.
instruments.
Wow,
Yeah, so
that's quite impressive.
You play the piano accordion then, obviously.
I play the accordion, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I do.
That's a weird one, isn't it?
Rather like a sort of cafe troubadour.
Well, what do you play when you just want to sit down and relax, just for yourself? That you play just for yourself?
Oh, just for myself. When I'm just at the piano.
Yeah, okay.
I guess. Anything really. I mean, I love. Currently, I'm interested in that sort of era, the kind of 20s jazz, as when ragtime came into jazz. I love all that stuff.
Just you in a speakeasy.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's how the name Bill Bailey, the song, came about. Because this guy used to go into a bar and his
we're playing
wife.
it now. Here we go. This is Ella Fitzgerald singing it.
There you go. Home. That's it. It's a great song.
Yeah.
And this guy, he was called William Bailey, and he used to go to this bar. And his wife was always phoning the bar to find out where to check up on him.
Sounds familiar, Shaun.
Yeah.
Megan down the Leopold.
Does that ring any bells? Does that ring any bells? And so the pianist thought this was very funny, and he wrote this song just on the hoof, like, oh, won't you come home? And it became a massive hit. And so, that's where my name comes from. So, yeah, that's a great, I love that version.
Hey, Bill, isn't it funny now that life was so much simpler then because you had to ring someone's home.
Yes.
You had to know
there
a number.
There were no
first
mobile
of all.
phones. So
And no mobile phones, so that people couldn't track you down if you were down at the local. No problem.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, that's the thing. She knew the number of the bar. He'll be there. There's no, oh, who's on the phone? It's your wife. Oh, how does she know I was here? Well,
because it's the same as every other night.
Because the same every other night. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. Simpler times, eh?
I know, they just. Well, we could reminisce with you all day, but we do have to let you go. We can't wait till you get here. So let me go through those dates again. PCEC, October 3rd, 4th, 5th and 23rd. And then Mandurah Performing Arts Centre, the 6th of October, and then back again on the 20th of October. What are you doing in between times? Are you going somewhere else?
Go a few other places.
And then you're coming back again. You're trying to get your frequent fly points.
I'm just going to sit in a hotel, twiddle my thumbs for a bit, listen to some jazz. When am I on in Perth again? Oh, not for a few days. So I'll just catch up on some Netflix. So, I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually going to be doing a lot more shows in Oz this time, probably more than in recent times, obviously, because of the little hiatus. So I'm looking forward to it.
Brilliant work. Get tickets from Bohm Presents. That's BOHM Presents.com. Bill, thank you. It's always a pleasure, Bill Bailey.
Good on you. Thank you.
Take care, mate.
Won't you come home, Bill Bailey?
Yes.
Here we go. There's his song.
Nice.
Nice one. Thanks, Bill.
You're listening to Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
I guess the big news for a lot of people yesterday was watching Nick Kyrgios. So we'd waited all morning, Nat, to watch him play his quarterfinal against Karen Khachanov to see if he can get into that semis.
Yeah.
And that would be a huge result for him.
Yes.
Like he beat world number one just the day before, Daniil Medvedev. So he looked like he's kind of controlled some of his emotions.
Yeah, because, I mean, that's the criticism of Nick is that, he starts screaming at his box that they're not supporting him right and all that sort of stuff to fire himself up. It's like, yeah, that's great, but it's pretty lousy behaviour to watch. But he did seem to have it in check.
Yeah, he got off to a slow start yesterday against Karen Khachanov, but anyway, took it to the fifth set where he went down 6-4. Yeah. So he had the opportunity, made a few mistakes at the end, and geez, when the game was finished, he shook hands and then went bananas, Nat.
So he shakes hands. The guy, Karen Khachanov, is over on his side of the net, like just saluting the crowd. Nick walks over with his racket, smashes it on the ground several times, like into a pulp, puts it down, goes over and picks up another racket, and then smashes that repeatedly on the ground.
There's 10,000 people at Flushing Meadows, let alone everyone watching this worldwide.
Millions of people watching worldwide.
He just had the biggest breakdown. He just had the biggest tantrum in front of everyone.
It's funny because on Twitter, people's opinions were divided. Some were saying, what a brat, this is an embarrassment, have a look at yourself. And other people were saying, finally, it looks like he cares about the fact that whether he wins or loses. Whereas because before he's been very blasé about, I don't care if I win or lose. I'm still here. I'm getting paid. I don't care. So they were saying it looks like he cares.
Well, at his press conference afterwards, he was talking about that, actually, the fact that nothing else matters other than playing these big Grand Slams, and he blew an opportunity, and he felt like he let a lot of people down. But he could have done that by shaking hands and going off to the locker room and kicking the hell out of the everything.
Or maybe not even doing that.
Maybe.
If you've got energy left at the end of your game, maybe you should have put that into play.
That's a really good point, actually. You got me again.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun in podcast form.
We are talking right now about adult tantrums. We saw Nick Kyrgios absolutely lose it. Actually, that reminds me of one with Nathan, actually. He was making a bit of a statement one day with our old boss.
Yes.
And he knew that there was all these files and stuff
a bunch of papers and stuff.
Stacked into on our desk inside there. So he starts getting fired up when things weren't going our way, and he's just given it the old heave-ho with everything.
The big sweep across, papers going all over them, in the air, all over the floor.
It's quite a statement.
Yeah. So we are talking adult tantrums. 13 24 10. If you've witnessed one as well, if it was you that had a momentary lapse. We'd love to talk to you.
For sure.
Dob yourself in if you want to be anonymous. Go for it. We don't care. Kerry's in Linwood. Hello.
Hello, how you going?
Good, Kerry.
Cares. Okay. Who threw the adult tantrum?
It was my stepmum.
Yes. Okay, run us through.
I stole her chair.
Sorry?
I stole her chair.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a recliner, and she stood behind me and, tapped her foot and, so I reclined the chair.
What, like straight into it?
Yeah, like looking up at her. And I said, "Oh, did you put the kettle on, did you?" Indicating for her to make me a cuppa.
Yeah.
How'd that go down?
And, Dad heard the word cuppa. Oh, yeah, that'd be great, So she was off to make us both a cuppa.
Kerry.
While I watched TV, yeah.
You're evil personified, just goading her into this sort of thing. I love how you're like, I stole her chair. No, you didn't steal her chair. You just sat in her chair.
Kerry, taking on the
evil woman. Yeah. I know. Yeah,
it sounds like there was a battle between you two for quite some time, Kerry. Then
this wasn't the first or the last of it, was it?
The silent sort of war.
Yeah.
Yes, the silent war.
Yeah, the Russia-America
Cold
War.
War.
Yeah, there you go. Great work, Kerry. Thank you. Louise is in Marangaroo. Hello.
Good morning.
Hi, Lou. Okay. Did you witness an adult tantrum?
Yeah, I had it happen to me. So I used to run a cinema, and we had 21 Jump Street come out, which was an MA15 plus film.
Yes.
So these two 13-year-old boys tried to buy tickets, and they were refused. So the mum came in to have a go at me, how I had ruined their kids' night, that they had planned this for weeks, and as she's yelling and losing her mind at how much I had ruined their night, she didn't have a bra on, and it was like one of those desk toys where the balls just, bounce along, and so her boobs were just sort of banging into each other as she's screaming at me, and I'm saying, unfortunately, if you want to watch the movie, you have to go with them.
Yes.
Which she lost her mind. I've got 5 kids at home, and I wish I could sit in the movie. And I said, "Oh, I'm really sorry. They can't go in. They can go watch a kids movie."
Yeah, that's right. Some cartoon. Yeah.
Yeah.
A braless woman going bananas at you. That's not fun.
I thought she was going to take my eye out.
You're putting your body on the line there, Louise. Well done. Thank you. Anna's in Two Rocks. Hello.
Hello. Good morning to you guys.
Morning, Anna.
Hi, Anna.
Well.
Now, who threw the tanty?
So I organise events for a charity, and I was organising this market, and I had this guy, 62-year-old guy, performing for the audience, for everyone. Yeah. And there was 2 ladies sitting down back to him, like in their chairs, because enjoying the sun. And he decided to take a tantrum, and middle of performance, he decided to leave and not performing anymore, even if he's getting paid for it. But it's like, no, I'm not doing this. Your public is very rude. They have their back to me. No, I'm not doing this. And so he left.
So they had their backs. Is it because they were sitting at a table where some?
No, they were sitting. They had chairs, like camping chairs, and they were just sitting down, enjoying the market, seeing their children and grandchildren playing.
Yeah,
and just were too rude.
He thought that he should be the centre of attention for everyone.
Yes, exactly. This is a 62-year-old man.
62-year-old man throwing a tanty.
Wasn't Elton John, was it?
No, it wasn't Elton John.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
That's why we're playing this.
I tell you what, Natalie, will we be hearing on the Saturday night? I bloody hope not. Pete Helliar is one of the greatest Collingwood supporters of all time, and normally we'll be catching Pete on the project and talking about his show that he writes and performs in.
Yeah.
But, you know, this is about his love for the Mighty Pies and my love for the Dockers. It's going to go head-to-head this weekend. G'day, Pete.
G'day, Shaun. G'day, Nat. How are we feeling? I love it. It sounds good. That song sounds good.
Oh, mate.
Does it though? I don't know.
It does. It really does. And it's I haven't heard it for almost 3 weeks now. So looking forward to a nice little rendition on Saturday night at the G.
We'll see, Pete. But I tell you what, the Dockers are going to face a crowd like they've never seen before. Because, I mean, in my day, I think we played at the out at the Sydney Stadium when we played in front of 60-odd thousand, but it was quite sparse. This is going to be ridiculous on Saturday night.
I was there Saturday night past for the Collingwood Geelong game, and it was amazing. It was completely full on. I mean, it's just been great. You know, I'm not the first to say it, obviously, but it's been great to be back at the footy. And Collingwood, you know, obviously had some big crowds with the Essendon and Carlton games in the pre-season and the Melbourne game, but the, you know, finals is a different thing, and the Saturday night was amazing. And I was expecting, I thought, they might get 70, you know, for Collingwood Freo, and the fact that it's sold out, you know, almost a week out, and it's just, it is just going to be phenomenal. And it is, I'm hoping it is going to be, you know, 90% Collingwood and 10% Freo. That's the hope.
Will you feel sorry for any of the Freo supporters in their purple amongst the black and white army?
No, I won't. I mean, I just need the win, mate. I just can't. I'm not a rub salt into the wounds of the opposite. Even when we beat Carlton by points in their season.
Yes.
And like, I've got too many friends who are passionate about Carlton who actually barrack for them properly, and it wasn't about, you know, messing up Carlton. It was just all about Collingwood. I'm just all in on the Pies. And, yeah, I mean, after the game, hopefully we've had the win. And I'll be too busy celebrating, to be honest. I'm just black and white.
Pete, I have a question for you. I've just Googled who the number one ticket holder is at the Collingwood Football Club.
Don't have one.
None. They don't have one.
Really?
But you're available. I don't understand.
No, well, I'm not sure if it was Eddie who brought it in or we've never had one, but Eddie used to always say we're all equal at Collingwood. So, I mean, obviously when Eddie was there, some were more equal than others.
Correct.
So there's no number one ticket holder at Collingwood.
Wow.
Are you the Dockers number one, or is it?
No, it's Kevin Parker.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And West Coast have got Sam Kerr.
Well,
we won something.
Well, Pete, as you know, Rove was number one ticket holder there one year.
Yeah.
I know, he was there for a while. He said coming over, I texted him early in the week, and he said he was shifting some things around.
Because he's in Queensland or something at the moment.
Yeah, he's in Queensland.
Yeah.
He'll get down there for sure, mate. Maybe you can put him up in a box or something where you'll be. You won't be amongst the people, will you?
Mate, Saturday night, in fact, I'll post pictures of where I was at. I was 5 rows from the front. I was right behind Jeremy Cameron when he slotted that on his left. That hurt a little bit. I can't wait. And I got to say, the Freo were amazing. I mean, you never get 4 great finals in the first week.
Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it?
You usually get 1 great final, maybe 2, and then a couple of blowouts.
Yeah.
And when we were 3 from 3, and I sat down, I got home after the Collingwood game and put the fire on, poured myself a whiskey, and drowned my sorrows a little bit. And I thought, okay, this is a blowout, you know. And
of course.
I actually text my family. I said, the Dockers are embarrassing themselves at the moment. And literally,
that's kind of what Shaun texted his family. Yeah.
Well, 30 seconds after that, Sonny Walters kicks the first goal, and then 2 minutes after that, the second goal. And as soon as you got back-to-back goals, you thought, oh, they're on here. They're on. And so I'm not taking full credit for it, but I don't know how the iCloud works, but somehow that message got back to the Dockers at Optus Stadium, and it worked.
It's all about the vibe.
Yeah, bloody oath it did work. Oh, mate, Pete, I was going absolutely spare in the first quarter and a half. I was losing my mind.
But there was something about, even when the Dockers got to about, you're still 4 goals down, and you just, there was something inevitable about it. It was like, oh no. They've got this.
Yeah.
They're not only going to win it; they're going to win by a couple of goals, and they're still 4 goals there. It was incredible. It was absolutely.
You know what it reminded me of, Pete?
Yep.
The 2018 Grand Final.
I mean, here I am. I'm coming to the party. I'm meeting you halfway. I'm saying that the Dockers were impressive, and then you get your history books out, which have no relevance in 2022.
No, it's just that in that game, I'm not sure if you remember, the West Coast were playing some other team.
It was Essendon, I think.
Anyway, that other team.
I haven't finished watching that game. No spoilers. I paced it. I'm going to go watch it at some point.
Well, if you do watch it, just only watch up to the bit where the banner gets shredded by the wind, and don't watch anything after that. Okay?
Well, keep the first 5 goals.
I know. That bit was good, wasn't it?
Yeah. Can I ask a quick question, Shaun? An actual footy question.
Go for it.
Does Taberner come in for the second game? Because he was pretty good.
Yeah, no, I don't believe there'll be any changes. I don't know if they can risk the continuity of Tabs' body. He's got the AFL size of a body to make a contest and be dangerous, but he's the most sub player in the last 5 years, Pete. He's the most sub player this year, in fact, in the AFL. So
what a great stat.
One game. I'm not sure if it's going to get it done. And like you said, Jai Amos was able to hit the scoreboard, on pressure.
He played really
well
last week. Yeah, he did.
God, it's going to be a good game. We've got Brayshaw and Sarong in the midfield. Both Victorians have got over to WA. God, they're going to go hard against you, Mob.
Yeah, it's going to be a cracker. And Justin Longmuir, he has a bit of intel, I guess, with the Pies. I guess he was there. We've got a new coach ourselves, so hopefully he doesn't know too much about us. But I'm sure they've both done their homework, and bro, I can't wait.
I'm sure football will be the winner, Pete.
Oh, it will be.
There'll be a winner, Nat. And it's either going to be me or Peter Helliar. One of us are going to be our winner.
Flip the coin.
One thing is guaranteed: Sydney aren't playing football in the preliminary final. They're playing Collingwood or Fremantle.
Yeah,
that's true. Yes. That is true.
Bloody oath, Pete. Hey, Pete, really appreciate your time. Good luck on Saturday night. I know it'll be heartbreaking when you go down, but I'm sure you enjoy
Let's wrap this up now. Wrap it up.
Thanks for letting Shaun slide into your DMs to organise this interview. Good on you, Pete.
See you, Pete.
Nova.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Oh, yes. Time to catch up with our Fremantle Docker, Griffin Logue, after a stirring win Saturday night. They've got it all ahead of them again. Good morning, Griff.
Morning, guys. How you going?
Hey, Griff, it was a great win. Take nothing away from you. I mean, you gave them a bit of a head start, but that comeback was epic.
Oh, yeah, we gave ourselves a bit of a scare along with them a head start, but it was a great win. It was honestly such a good experience to be a part of. So stoked we got over the line.
Hey, Griff, were you nervous? Because it seemed, from the outside you go, Fremantle players, they've got deer in the headlights type of stuff.
And you think, as a casual observer, you go, obviously it's just another game, it's no different, but it is different finals footy, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I wasn't really, didn't know what to compare it to because I'd never played a final before, but I think, we got pretty nervous. Certainly after we were a couple goals down, we were kind of getting a bit nervous, but luckily, we kicked a few settlers just before half time and put it in within a couple goals, and then that's where we've been able to kind of thrive this year, coming back from in the second half. But no, I was getting a bit twitchy for a bit, to be honest.
Oh, no doubt about it. Hey, Griff, can you tell us what it feels like for you when you, as a team and individually, when you ran out in the field on Saturday night, going through the banner and the roar that you heard?
Yeah, obviously throughout the season, the crowd's been incredible at Optus, and with the light show and stuff. It's been, you get you pretty much do get goosebumps on the way out through the season, but through, the last game, I just took it to a whole new level, really. Something you can't really compare it to. Nothing I've ever obviously played in front of or been a part of, and running out, kind of hearing the roar. You couldn't even hear the drums, really. Normally the drums are kind of banging down your ears, so it was pretty special just to run out and hear the crowd just going nuts.
Now, this week, of course, you're in front of 90,000 at the MCG. Most of them are going to be Collingwood supporters. Have you sort of, I don't know, brought in friends and family just to scream abuse at you all week to prepare you for that?
Yeah. Oh, geez, I reckon even could bring in a whole family of them and they still wouldn't even...
it's going to be so feral, you know that, right?
I know, they wouldn't even, compare to what we're going to experience over there. So I think it's pretty funny going from, complete polar opposites from a whole family of Freo supporters just getting around
embracing
you.
Embracing you,
probably a few swear words coming our way come the weekend. So
there's going to be lots.
It's pretty funny to think about, but look, it'd be nice if we can just get over there and get the win and shut them up, to be honest. So that's probably what we'll be looking to do.
It's interesting to see how you react over that stuff because when we used to play over in the eastern states, right? So Ryan Crowley and Hayden Ballantyne were two people who got booed and yelled at and abused the whole time.
And that was by your own supporters.
That's right. And they thrived on that stuff.
Yeah, it sort of drove them on.
Yeah. So
those kind of blokes just took it in their stride. And I reckon we've got a few of those in our team that'll take it in their stride, and I'm sure a few will react a different way. But it's going to be. I reckon it's just going to be funny. But above all, just a great experience and a great opportunity for our club.
Yeah, it was another interesting time I played in with. We went over and played at Footy Oval over in Adelaide, Griff, and we had Tony Modra play for us the first time against Adelaide. We're in another state, and it was like we had a home ground advantage because the crowd went bananas when we ran out in the field with Tony Modra.
Oh, they were cheering for him.
The whole thing erupted.
They were cheering for him.
Absolutely. It was amazing.
That is amazing.
You won't have that on the weekend.
No.
I don't think we will have that on the weekend, unless they're cheering Jim Arash the same way they cheered Modra. But
I don't
James
think so.
Ash,
I don't think so.
Hey, one thing that we saw on the news last night, Griffy, you never joined in full training. He was again, Natalie. He was doing his stuff on the side.
You're very cagey, aren't you?
I'm just loving my sideline work. Just as I said, just key forwards, mate. Wrap him in cotton wool, and they just do what they like. It's a good life.
It seems to be a good life.
Yeah, things have really kicked up for you now that you're down that end of the ground.
It's been very cruisy. Just looking after me. So I'm a little bit sore, just all over. So nothing to really worry about.
Well, hopefully that means a good performance on the weekend and lots of competitive stuff in the air and on the ground, which is going to take. That's what it's going to take for Fremantle to get the victory here. Just all over ground attack, competitiveness, compete at every cost.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that and everything else in between. They're obviously a great side and a quick team that like to go quick and explore their options. So we'll be looking forward to taking them on and picking a few off and hopefully beating them back the other way.
When do you take off, Griff?
Today at about 1 o'clock.
Oh, nice.
Bit of rain around too. A little bit in Melbourne on Saturday. They're saying
a little bit drizzly in the morning, they reckon.
Yeah, morning and afternoon. Maximum of 16. So
thanks for that. Thanks for that, Mark Schwartz, with the weather.
He's up and about, Mark Schwartz, isn't he?
Here to help.
I mean, that's pretty funny, actually, Natalie. We don't get the weather right here, as if they're going to get it right in Melbourne.
That's a good point.
Well, Griff, we wish you all the best, particularly me. I'll be riding every bump with you guys, and I'm sure Natalie is right behind you too.
Hey, just remember this, that even the Eagles beat Collingwood at the MCG this year, so...
I know, that was...
No pressure.
That's it. Well, cheers, Shawnee, and thanks for that one as well, Nat. We'll, it's mustard.
I'm trying to be encouraging.
That's true. You did get the job done, so let's get it done.
Good on you, Griff. Good luck, buddy.
All right. See you guys.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.